Ticket to Ride is a fun board game for 2 to 5 players, where players try to score the most points by building a railroad empire. To set up the game, first have each player choose which color they'd like to play as, and collect the 45 railroad pieces in that color. Each player's token starts on the 1 at the rim of the board. Shuffle the train cards and deal out 4 to each player face down. Set the remaining train cards next to the board and flip over the top 5 cards. These cards are considered part of the draw pile. Then, shuffle the destination cards and deal out 3 to each player. The player with the most travel experience starts the game, and play moves clockwise from there. On a player's turn, they may take one of 3 actions. First, they can draw 2 train cards. When drawing 2 train cards, the player chooses any of the face-up cards or draws randomly from the draw pile. When a player takes a face-up card, it should be replaced with a new card from the draw pile. There are 8 different types of train cards, each a different color. The colors correspond to the routes on the board. Multicolored locomotive cards can be used on any route on the board. Players use the train cards in their hand to complete routes on the board. A route is any line between 2 cities. The second possible action a player can take is claiming a route. To claim a route, a player can discard the necessary number of train cards in the color that corresponds with the route on the board, and then place their train pieces on that route. Gray routes on the board can be claimed using any color set. Some routes can only be claimed once. They'll only have a single line of tracks, while others can be claimed once by one player and again by a second player. They'll have 2 lines of tracks. The points a route is worth depends on how long it is. You can see the points for each route length at the legend at the top of the board. When a player scores points, they move their token that number of spaces around the rim of the board. If a player completes a long route between the 2 cities listed on one of their destination cards, they get the number of points listed on that card at the end of the game. The third possible action a player can take on their turn is drawing 3 new destination cards. They must keep at least one of those destination cards. Any destination card that isn't completed at the end of the game is subtracted from that player's total score. Play continues until one player finishes their turn with less than 3 train pieces left. At that point, each player takes one more turn, and the player with the longest continuous route is awarded 10 points. Whoever has the most points wins the game.